Welcome to episode 330 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from thegeeksforthewin.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Righty, what have you been up to, Stuart?
Alright, let's get right into it. See, what have I been up to? I have been up to... Okay, last week, I'm going to do a little setup here. There's a whole backstory here.
Ooh, story time with Stuart.
Story time, yes. When I was a kid, there was an RTS game that I absolutely loved. That was Star Trek Armada 2. It was fantastic. I loved it. I've always wanted a Star Trek Armada 3. It never happened. And when you look up Star Trek Armada 3, there is a Star Trek Armada 3 mod for Sons of a Solar Empire. And last week I was looking on Humble Bundle, and there was a deal for a bunch of games from Starport, which are the developers of Sons of a Solar Empire. So I picked up the bundle. And instead of playing Sons of a Solar Empire and the mod, I played Galactic Civilizations 3. Which is a 4X game. If you don't know what a 4X game is, 4X, it stands for Explore, Expand, Exploit, Exterminate. And probably the most popular game in the genre is Civ. So it's Galactic Civ. You know, it's right there in the title. And I played the first match, and when I did is I turned off the turn limit. So I played the first match. It took me half the day Saturday, which is when I played, all of Sunday, and then about 3 hours yesterday to play the first match of the game. That took for fucking ever. About 355 turns.
Wow.
I said it was about 18 hours to do that. Yeah. That was the stretch. But it was okay. It was alright. I can see myself going back to this game. It is basically exactly what you think it is. It is Civ in space. You have these bunch of different races. They have different attributes. They kind of start, towards certain, leaning towards a certain way. You get bonuses for playing them. And of course, you can also completely just customize and create your own civilizations, using your own art and all that. And there's even a ship editor. You can just edit all the minute details of all the ships, all the different units of the game, and put them out there on the Steam Workshop. So of course, you look at the Steam Workshop, you see a bunch of people who have done Star Trek, Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, any kind of space thing you can think of, they've done it. It's out there. You can do that. So I don't know, I might check out some of the Star Trek stuff. I've got some ideas on how to do it correctly, because it is a Civ game, so you're aging up your civilization. And I've seen on there are 4 different Star Trek packs that are top rated. One's early Federation, one's the original series era stuff. One's TNG and Voyager, Deep Space Nine, that era of Star Trek, and then one is kind of guests of the future of Star Trek. So since you can customize what each ship looks like, so you can do the early ships being early Federation ships. You can do, you can actually make out the Star Trek Federation in the whole line, like in chronological order ish. So I don't know. I might do that at some point. Who knows? But yeah, that's kind of, like I said, that took up a lot of hours just to do that one match. It started out. I started out, like I do with most of these games, settings easy. I'll build myself, me, and then a bunch of AI teammates against a couple other enemies. And we actually started to get a little decimated just from like one civilization just kind of started taking over the universe. And I actually had to fight them back. It was actually quite interesting, and on the beginner setting, no doubt. So, yeah, I it can't, I don't really know what else to say, other than it's Civ in space. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I used to play games like that a long time ago as a kid, but I'm just not into them as much anymore. Like
Yeah, I get
like
I
the
I get
Civ,
that.
the RTS games in general, stuff like that. I guess like managing games where you manage stuff or micromanage, like RTSs and even like
Oh yeah, this is
Sims games, even stuff. Just
this
that
is the
stuff.
king of micromanage. Like, you have to micromanage fucking everything in this game, way more than like in a Civ game, because you have to micromanage each individual colony. Because in Civ it's just city. Well, in this you not only have one city, but like an entire planet of cities, and each one has to be doing something in order to because like in Civ, you click next turn, and if you have something that's idle, it'll say, hey, this guy needs to do something before you take your next turn. Well, yeah, that's here, but also every single colony is like that. And each of the different governments that you have a colony limit to, like, if you go over that limit, then like morale will start to go down. And it's all sci-fi based, governments. You got one, Galactic Empire, Galactic Federation, and AI Singularity, which is the only one out of all of them that allow you unlimited colonies. Which, if you do what I did and just kind of do a sweep across the entire galaxy, just taking over all the enemy colonies, you're going to want that, because people are going to get pissed that you have too many. So, yeah, this is the king of micromanage.
Yeah, I guess the only real games like that I really played, I played a little bit of The Sims back in the day, and then I played Red Alert, Command and
Yeah.
Conquer. I played those games like a lot, but I don't know, I never really played shooters until I got older, but it just seems like now I'm just stuck on shooters or sci-fi types games, stuff like that. More action focused than like the RTS stuff.
Yeah, and I like, play games like this. It's just, and I've said this many times on the show, my attention span is not what it used to be. Like, new shiny things distract me all the fucking time. Like, I've got a backlog of games I want to go back to.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've always known. I've noticed with you the last couple years is like you go from one game to the next game to the next game to the next, and it's like, but weren't you? Didn't you just pick up that one game like a couple weeks ago, and now you're on a third different game? What? Like
Yes, that is a fucking problem with me. I need to.
we're the opposite. We really are. Because I'm like I stick with a game or I stick with a couple games, and
Yeah.
which
I definitely need to slow the fuck down. I'm like, well, I gotta have a new game to talk about on the show.
I need to play more games. That's my thing.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing. What about you?
Uh, Continued on with a little bit of Destiny, but not really much to talk about there. It's same stuff, just grinding, trying to get trying to get slightly better weapons with better rolls and stuff like that.
I want to talk about something we talked about last week with Destiny. Last week we talked about the split that Bungie is, Bungie is taking Destiny and splitting off on its own. My question is, does this mean, because since they're splitting off on their own, they're going to want to create their own if they continue with Destiny, if saying this is not the last Destiny game. If they make Destiny 3 their own, the way they want to make it, do you think that means that they're going to need to spend more time than they would have than when they were partnered with Activision, leading to a definite lull in content for Destiny 2?
See, that's the big thing. That's been the biggest question. Like we touched on this last week, and what's gonna happen? Because like you look at that, and you also look at the PC version. Are they gonna stick? Destiny 2, they said, is going to remain on BattleNet, but say Destiny 3 comes out, will that stay on BattleNet? Will they create their own type of thing? Will they partner with someone else? Because they had to have what was it? Vicarious Vision. They did the PC stuff for you know um for Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
They were the ones who brought the PC, their Destiny to PC, so they had quite a bit of help. They also had High Moon Studios. They were the ones who did the Forsaken stuff. So they have it's I don't understand how they have such trouble putting out content, because they have over 750 people in their part of Bungie.
Well, a majority of them are probably working on the next game already. Like, and they've probably been working on the next game forever.
That's true.
As soon as they finished Destiny 2, they started on the next big project, and a smaller team worked on the extra stuff.
And some people are thinking Destiny 3 might take longer to come out now, because now that they can release it on their own time, or maybe it'll come out, it'll come out sooner so that they can start on their own. They can launch it and then they can just do it as a service. You know.
Well, that's the thing. It with games like this, the games as a service market that games are starting to fall into now. That definitely hurts. Like I feel like that's starting to hurt like the sequels because like you don't have everybody working on the next game. You only have you and that also hurts the content coming out because you have a smaller team working on the next content.
See, I like the model. I like the
And
model of. Okay, go ahead.
and like with it as a service, the sequel feels like it should come out as soon as fucking possible. So like it could be rushed. It could have a bunch of bugs or not enough content that it could have had if it was just game. The
Yeah.
sequel. Like games were in the past.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I wanted to. I think there will be a Destiny 3, possibly, and then I don't know, they'll release they'll release whatever Destiny 3 or they'll name it something else or whatever. And I think from then on out, it'll be like a service and they'll just keep updating that and they won't worry about a Destiny 4 or whatever like that. But, you know,
Well,
I,
isn't that
per-
what was supposed to be Destiny was supposed to be?
I
Like
think
originally?
I think that's what Bungie wanted, but Activision kind of required them to, do the annual stuff and put out more sequels and stuff like that. But I want to see like, you got okay, you got Destiny or whatever form of Destiny it is, and then say, this season or this annual pass that they're doing. I mean, I wish they could put out more content than they are. I know some people are satisfied with it. I'm kind of like, yeah, I guess, but there could be a lot more maybe weapons to grind for, or more like content or something. I like the idea of it, where you get something new every week, but it's really not new every week because there's been a few weeks where, this week there wasn't anything new. You know, Christmas week there wasn't anything new. Um, Next week there's not really gonna. I mean, this week, the Iron Banner, which is their like one of their monthly like special Crucible, events that's going on, but it's like that's really not anything worthwhile. That's not like, you need. I really think Destiny needs to focus more on the PvE stuff than the PvP because PvP is great, but like I don't know, that's just
Well,
not.
that's also what you play. You don't play the PvP very often, right?
But they're not really. Yes, but that's because the PvP is kind of there's not. It's not that great. Like Destiny 1 had some good PvP stuff. You know, they had the Trials of Osiris, which was, their which that's what all the streamers did every weekend. They would do Trials of Osiris, which is the 3 versus 3. You know, once you get eliminated, unless your teammates revive you, first team to get eliminated wins the round, and it's like, so many rounds wins, and then you have the card where you have to get to like 7 flawless, and then you can go to the special lighthouse on Mercury and get the, special reward and stuff like that. That was streamers just that was the thing for streamers. Um, they came out with something like Trials of the Nine, but they would like the modes would be different and it just never felt right and no one really liked it to the point where they removed it and they haven't brought anything similar back. And I don't know. I've heard a lot of people talk about how the PvP just is not that great right now, and I kind of agree. I really like the Gambit. I can't wait for more Gambit stuff because that's PvPVE or
Hmm.
PvEVP, however you want to,
Yeah, that
you know.
that that did sound interesting when when it came out.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It really is. I enjoy it, because you're doing, you and another team are doing the same thing. You're killing enemies to collect motes, and then you have to bank them. And when you bank in 5, 10, or 15, you can send over a blocker to block their bank, and then every 25 you send, a portal opens, and you can go. One person on your side can go over there and kill you know, kill enemy or kill the other team and make them drop stuff, or so it's interesting. It's PvP, but there's also PvE elements, and it's really fun. And was it the this annual pass is broken down into 3 seasons, and then this season is like the Black Armory, and then the next season is the season of the Drifter, I think, which is like, the Drifter is the Gambit guy. Um,
Hmm.
and they're talking about new Gambit activities, which people are like, "What does that mean? Like, are there going to be variations of Gambit? It can't just be new maps? It's got to be like what that just sounds interesting because that I think that was the thing people were one of the things people were most excited about with Forsaken was Gambit because it's something we've never seen before. It's mixing PvP and PvE. So you get the best of both, theoretically. But I like the idea of, like, them bringing you new stuff to do every week. If it's truly new stuff to do and not just, okay, here is new stuff to do, but next week it's kind of new stuff to do because it's the it's the Iron Banner. You know, no, we get Iron Banner every month. That's how it's always been. That's not really new. It's just it's a returning event. It's not new content. It's just the same content that's coming back. Does that make any sense? Like,
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, I like the idea of new content if they can really bring more content each week, like at least something new each week. I like that, but I so the annual passes are great as long as like every September they can release an expansion, like, Forsaken was great. You go back to Destiny 1, The Taken King. That was amazing. That was so much content. I like those like big expansions, those big fall expansions. And then, the I this is the first time they're really doing the stretching the content out, because in the past they've had like the big expansion, and then they'll have like DLC drop 1, and then 3 4 months later DLC drop 2. And people were kind of a little upset about that because there'd be such a big time difference between DLC drop 1 and DLC drop 2 for the
Hmm.
you know season pass or whatever. But now they're slowly turning it into a subscription game, because that's what the annual pass is. You're paying however much you know for the from now until August, you know for content. And some people are speculating that, with Activision gone, they'll maybe either they'll turn Destiny 2 or they'll make Destiny 3 like full on MMO. Like like not as, MMO as in like the style, like the style of the game, the service type stuff, the
Right.
how the
Yeah.
content's at, not like massive, cuz I don't think it'll ever be, you know, I don't think we'll ever see massive of the MMO,
It just be an
cuz
mo.
Yeah, because like the most you can it's three player fire teams are pretty much the most you can do, except for like mul except for PvP where you can get up to six, or the raid where you can do six, and that's it. And that's like nothing compared to like MMOs.
No, it's not.
You can get up to what, you can get like 20 or more in certain situations.
WoW had 40 mans.
That's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't
It
even
got a
know
bit
where to
much,
begin.
and those no longer really exist.
Yeah, I just remember my reference is when we played the Old Republic, and we did like we did like a
Yeah.
raid or two, and we had like 20 something people, I think. That was crazy. That was fun. I missed that game.
It still exists.
I know it does, but I just anyways, but yeah,
But in order to continue where kind of we left off, you have to pay.
yeah, and I gotta talk to the customer service and
Right,
do
yeah,
all that.
you have a
Yeah.
whole thing with your, which I think I do now too, because I have lost mine.
Oh,
No.
your physical one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame, but
It disappeared in the move along with my WoW one.
yeah, it's just up in the air on what's the future of Destiny gonna be. And there's more people coming out, and there's more reports like, oh, Activision or Bungie's may be in trouble now that Activision's good, because they did provide quite a bit, like you know all the events that they did where they brought people out to you know try stuff, or that the all the events and stuff they did, that was all Activision. They took care of all that stuff apparently.
Yeah.
And like I said, they had two game studios, High Moon and Vicarious Visions, helping them, and now they don't have that. And they all but the fact that they needed two more studios to help them when they already had they already have you know team of 750 people, is kind of crazy.
Well, did
Like,
those two studios include the 750, or was that just
no, that's
it?
part of Bungie.
Okay.
Yeah, because I googled it, and it's like, as of, it may be even higher now, because this was like as of 2016 or something like that, according to like Wikipedia. Yeah, they had like 750 people part of Bungie.
Yeah, it's probably more now.
Yeah, I want to say I heard someone say, like, maybe on IGN or something, that they had like 1,000 people. I don't know or not, but that's just 750. That's a lot of people
I
working on
don't
a
think they'd
game.
have that many for long.
Yeah, that's true.
Without Activision, I don't think so.
Yeah, but they're it's real interesting, and I don't know, you're seeing people complain about the game, complain about certain things, like, oh, the forge, the first forge came out, and it was difficult. People were not high enough light level to do it, so they dropped the light level a little bit. And then this last forge, is tied behind the Niobe Labs activity, which is a 7-layer puzzle that took over 80. I think it took like 81 hours for people to actually complete, but they ended up a day and a half, or a, almost a day and a half later, they ended up just unlocking their forge for everyone, even with the labs, the uncompleted. But and the what was it, the they only completed the people only complete the labs because Bungie finally gave a hint for the last like level of it.
Bungie, I think you maybe make your puzzles a little too hard.
I mean, that's what people want,
When
though, but
when you
apparently,
can't cheat your way around them, you make your puzzle. When you have to have a way to cheat around your puzzles, they're maybe a little bit too hard.
Some of the stuff was crazy, like, you know, you had to like look up French poetry and do stuff like there was some weird stuff. I'm not kidding. Like, that was one
That
of the
sounds
things.
great.
Like, you had to look up like certain French poetry, and it like revealed this that you had to do for, you know, and it's some crazy stuff. But apparently, like, the last part of it or wasn't exactly like um it wasn't implemented perfectly to where, you know, like, people couldn't figure it out. That's why people couldn't figure it out. So it was kind of a mistake on Bungie. This is what I'm this is what I'm told from like other people. I haven't
Right.
really dived deep into it, and apparently, like, besides originally it unlocked the forge for everyone. The only thing you get from it is like a ghost and an emblem, which is
Such
kind
a
of
reward.
disappointing because I kind of want to go through and do it, but it's kind of hard to convince others to run through it because there's like no real reward behind it.
But you get a
And
ghost, man.
I kind of want to do it just because it's new content, you know?
Right.
It's something new to do, new to, you know, because, you know, not only do you do the shooting puzzles and stuff like that, but in between there's bosses you got to fight and stuff like that. So I kind of want to do it because it's actual new content, but other people are like, well, there's no rewards really for it because, you know, and I understand that. So I don't know. I did not expect, I really was not expecting to talk about Destiny this much. You're kind of the one who,
I brought it up, yeah. I brought it up.
yeah, but eh, it's up in the air. What's next? You know, I can't remember when the new season of, you know, uh season of the Drifter is. Maybe I'll look that up right now. That's, I guess, when the next, because the last kind of content for this season is on the 29th, I think, and it's like an exotic quest for uh a gun from from Destiny 1. It was an exotic from Destiny 1 coming back. So that's like the last content for, you know, for this season of the Black Armory. Let me see. Trying to look to see if I can see when the season of the Drifter. I want to say it comes out like in March, sometime in the spring. But like I said, they're not really delivering what they kind of promised, and it's kind of frustrating because some people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine with this. They're new stuff but it's like not really. Like, yes, Iron Banner's this week, but that's not really new. That's the same stuff that
It's
comes
the
every
same
month.
old thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's not new, like, new gear part of it either. It's the same gear but different roles. Yeah, March to May is the season of the Drifter. So that's, you know, I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I'm going to start drifting away to other games. So, but the other game I've played some Realm Royale.
I saw this on the list. I'm like, did I leave that on there? Is that mine? No, because I haven't played that in a while. What the fuck?
It's in closed beta on Xbox.
It is also on PS4.
Okay. Yeah.
And season 2 just started this week.
Yeah, and there's a Gleam, the Gleam, like the contest platform
Uh-huh.
where you like go follow us on Twitter for an entry, stuff like this. There was a uh let me see if I can find it. There was one for like getting a code for this game straight from I think Real Morale. Uh that's how I got my code. It's changed quite a bit.
I haven't played it in a little bit. Um, I think there has been some changes to it. I want to say it is crossplay.
It is, yes, because originally I was playing this and uh, my friend had it, Pencil Steve had it on like crossplay, and I'm like, no, we're gonna get owned by PC players. No,
Or bots. The mini bots.
yeah, I can't find it. It was someone else posted it in Pencil Steve's Mixer chat, and I, I don't want to have try to get to that, but yeah. So there's ways to get into it. I'm not sure if their Gleam whatever thing is still active or not, but
I've actually thought about going back into this just to check out the new stuff. See what they've changed. See the new
there's like skill trees,
ninjas versus pirates. I think that's what their theme is now.
Theme is.
Yeah, they talked about skill trees a while back when the last time that I really played it, I really paid attention. They talked about that they might be doing like looking into like a skill tree type system, and I never really I saw people in the Reddit talking about skill trees and what should be in it, but I didn't realize that they were actually alive.
Yeah, now they are. They have them, and it's I don't know because like we're we're playing it and I'm the same character as like Pants of Steve for one round, and he's like, "Oh, I'm slowly getting health regen," and I'm like, "I'm not. What's going on?" And I look into once we complete that match, I look in and yeah, that's a skill thing that I supposedly unlocked, but it's not really working for me. I guess I don't know. Like
It's still in beta. No, yeah.
yeah, and it's like, oh, you can here's crowns for getting to this level on the free tier of the battle pass, and here's 50 more for like this many more level, and it's like you
Yeah,
look at what
they
you
got rid
can
of the
buy.
nuggets. They
Yeah,
got rid of the nuggets, which I'm okay with.
you look at what you can buy, and it's like 1,000 crowns, 500 and something like it's like, okay, why you get, it's like there's nothing you can buy until like you get to like the end of the battle pass, which you know is kind of a little ridiculous, I think. I don't know.
I mean, there's still skins and stuff that you can buy and mounts.
Yeah,
Mount
there's a
skins,
few
I should say.
things. There, you're no, no, no,
Emotes.
no. Your founders pack. Your mount was like rainbow, right? Like rainbow
Yeah, it was
colors.
yes.
They have like a rainbow pack or whatever, but it's like a unicorn, and but it's not what yours is, which is really weird.
Well, I don't want them to get what I have. I got in early. I want that. That's unique.
That's true, but I'm just like I was telling them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, there's the rainbow," and I'm looking, I'm like, "No, that's not what my co-host has. His is like it's made out of rainbows. Like it's
It's a bug that was in day one that was fixed, but they liked it.
yeah." But I'm like, his is way cooler looking. So, um, and there's like runes you get
Yeah,
from. stuff.
there were runes back when I last
Like
played.
15% faster or 10 seconds less respawn as a chicken or
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And you can
Yeah,
buy.
you combine that with like the there's a faster chicken movement speed that just makes you just zip out of there. Like I
Oh
actually
yeah.
managed to use like all three chickens using those two runes.
Yeah, and then there's you can buy resurrection. You can buy resurrections, or you can forge
From
resurrections
the
now.
forge. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how because like I I guess yeah. I guess I guess you can only do it when someone's dead. You can't just
Yes.
like buy it and then use it later.
No, yeah. It only works
Yeah.
in team settings. Like you can't, yeah. It's not like you know use it in solo and like use
No,
it for
no, no.
later. No.
I meant like buy it and use it for your teammates later. That type of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. But no, you gotta wait until I guess like you have a teammate who's dead and then forge it. But
Yeah, which is like, all right, okay, it's 1v1. Shit, it's 1v4. Fuck me.
yeah, see when I was playing, I was trying to tell my team, I was like, we should go forge, and they're like, oh well, the forge would be like barely outside of the circle, and it'd be like 50 seconds until it started to come in, and
Plenty of time.
I'm like, and they're like, no, let's just go, and I'm thinking, no, you don't understand. We're not. You don't want to get to the end game and not have forged stuff because that's a bad
Right.
time. Like
Yes.
I've
Yes,
played this
you want to
before. I
forge
know.
as often as possible. Yes.
Like I know. I've played this before. So they don't have the hype zone anymore,
No,
which
they
is
got rid of that a
weird
while ago.
because the game is now more popular. Like there's a lot of
They
people
got
streaming this game now.
yeah, it's starting to come back a little bit.
But yet they had the hype zone back when there was like 6 people streaming it and you were one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, then they realized like there's not a lot of people streaming this game or really even care. So,
Because I looked that up and it's like this channel does not exist and I'm like, okay, maybe it should exist because people are now back into the game.
yeah,
Um,
I'm looking at Steam charts, and yeah, there's actually a rise. People are playing again. Although
they added a
that's
lot.
probably
Yeah,
new due uh to the new update with the new theme and stuff.
yeah. So there's still problems, of course. But it's better. I could see playing more of this. Um,
Yeah, like I said, I've
controllers,
been
all
thinking about
right.
dropping in and playing again.
Yeah, the controller is all right. Like I had to make some tweaks to sensitivity and stuff like that, and the aiming feels kind of weird still. Like
Yeah,
it feels like there should be more aim assist because it's you know, but then again it's crossplay, so maybe not. I don't know. It's just on a controller you kind of need a little aim assist or
yeah,
else
you
it
do.
feels like way too loose.
Yeah,
But I slowly got used to it, and we were getting kills and stuff like that, and we got to it was our first match. We got to top five. We got number 5, and then 4, and then 2. We got to second place. Only a
been
team
there
of
many times.
3. Yeah, but it's improved quite a bit. But there's still some bugs here and there, and they still need to make some tweaks to certain stuff, I think. But it's it's interesting. and apparently, like, any class can use any ability now.
Yes.
Which I don't know how
That
I like. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of don't like that.
Yeah, the difference between classes really are, one is your starting ability, or because you have a class specific movement ability, and then two, it's
GTFO.
stats. Yeah, your GTFO. The other one is stats. Like, the warrior has more health, and like the assassin does more damage with headshots, and there's actually a boost on the what kind of weapons you use. Like, a warrior is really good with the throwing axe, the throwing hammer, and the sword. So all melee, all close range weapons. And like the assassin is pretty good with the venom pistol, the heirloom rifle, and the sniper rifle.
I didn't see a single heirloom rifle the whole time we were playing.
Really? Because that's usually like the one you usually get is the heirloom rifle, and I got pretty good with it too.
Like, they have a staff now that shoots stuff.
Yeah, those are the major staffs. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a bunch of them, but yeah, now that I think about it, I didn't see a single heirloom rifle while we were playing. They've got like the SMGs are pretty good.
Are they fucking fuck? They're back.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I hated them.
They're pretty
I fucking hated
overpowered.
them. They were overpowered when they came the first time. They were overpowered the entire time they existed.
I got a couple kills with green SMG.
They took them out because they said they realized it didn't fit with the theme that they were going with. You know, the whole theme of how the game played. Why the fuck did they bring them back?
Like, they just brought it back. Like
that must be with the update. Are assault rifles back too?
Yes.
Fuck.
So now you're not going to play this.
I might not. No, I fucking hated those weapons. Those weapons sucked. They were overpowered the entire time they existed.
Yeah, they're yeah. At least with the controller, it takes some time getting used to aiming with those weapons, since there's no aim assist really. But yeah, and I guess on a mouse, yeah, that'd be a different story. But yeah, those two are back, and
That
like I said,
makes me mad.
I didn't see a single. They have sniper rifles now.
Yeah, yeah. Those have always existed.
Okay. Yeah. Those
were always the assassin's class weapon.
Yeah, but I don't like the way you can, like, I can be a mage and I can accidentally pick up, different movement, other movement ability, because I like the movement ability for the mage. That's why
they want the whole reason why, because like for a while they just got rid of classes completely, and just it was just a skin. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, I remember.
And they brought classes back, but everybody can still use everything, because they felt like it was too limiting. Like, you like when you're a mage, you don't want to kill a warrior because you can't use anything a warrior can use. Which I
get. You open a chest and you get the warrior abilities, you can't use them.
No, that would never happen. That never happened. It was always whoever opened the chest.
Oh, that's the thing. Now everyone can open every chest.
Every chest, yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
How I like that.
That one I was like, I didn't really care for, but since they limited the number of shards you get,
yeah, I noticed
it's
that
necessary.
Too, yeah. I noticed
like
that.
Instead of like, oh this gives you 20 shards. No, it's now like this gives you 3 or 2, but like things still cost a bunch. So like you almost need all that fucking loot just to shard it so you can use the forge.
Yeah, that's the thing I noticed. I was like, oh crap, I've opened like 10 chest, or not 10, maybe like 6, 7 chests, and I only have 20 shards. What the hell? Like, this feels, this is not the Realm Royale I played on PC. Yeah, it's interesting. It really you're right. You need to open like every chest you can, and I kind of don't know if I like that or not. Where it's focused on just opening chest after chest and just so you can shard stuff. You know, I don't know if I like that, but I don't know. It's only 5 gigs too on Xbox, so it's
Hmm.
real small, quick download. But yeah, played that last night.
I'm looking at the Realm Royale Reddit page, and a lot of people are complaining about the SMGs being back. Which, yeah, that's what I thought. that's okay. Here's a post. Stop complaining about ability cooldowns. Here's another post. Don't stop complaining about ability cooldowns.
Huh. Yeah, I sent you the link to their little Gleam thing or whatever. I don't know if there's still codes to be given away yet, because like I said, I did the thing and I see the code that I used. That's all it shows for me. But yeah, they were giving away 1,000 instant access codes. Surprisingly, it didn't take that long to get into matches too.
That's because of the bots.
I guess, yeah. I was thinking that, like, there's bots in here, right? But I did not want to tell my teammates that. But yeah, so weird. I didn't think I'd be going back to Realm Royale, but yeah.
No, not yeah. You no.
There wasn't much to it back then. When you had other games, say what you want, Fortnite, they added stuff. There was a lot to, and there's even a lot more to Fortnite, to where maybe there's a little too much to Fortnite right now, especially for me, because I don't have a urge to go back to it, because like there's planes now in the game and crazy stuff like that, and apparently they had a limited time mode where it was like original Fortnite, where there was no vehicles and stuff like that, and I'm kind of upset that I missed out on that, because
I played. This was a couple weeks ago. I played some Fortnite just because when I got my new keyboard, one of the games that does like the game interaction changes colors on the keyboard was Fortnite. It didn't work, but I did play some Fortnite and got like 5 kills and got like 4th.
oh wow.
I'm like, I fucking hate this game.
Yeah, like I said, there's too much to it now. Like the fact that you can be flying
There
a
was
plane
always
and
too much to it.
having people shoot from the plane, and like that's just ridiculous. But I don't know. I thought, back, towards the beginning of Fortnite, it wasn't too bad. Like I know some people, the building people got a real, that was the big, and that was for me for the first, few months of Fortnite. I didn't really play it because the building, I just could not get into the building. But then,
Well, I didn't like the fact that you take a pot shot at a guy, and all of a sudden he builds the Eiffel Tower. Like, that was fucking annoying.
Yeah, it does get irritating, and then it's like the end of the matches would be like, oh, everyone had their own big giant towers, but then they did build they did make a clever way to work around that,
It still happens, though.
where the circle, like the last couple circles, like change, like they move into where the blue used to be, stuff like that.
Yeah, I told you about a game that I got second on, where like it was me as a bush, and then three other guys built these massive towers, and then it moved, and then they just got down. Two of them killed each other, and then me as a bush, I'm sneaking along next to the guy, to the last guy. All of a sudden, he builds a fucking house around me, and I fucking lose. Like, I hate this game. I hate it.
Yeah, it's like I said, that the building definitely takes some getting used to, but
I don't want to get used to
you
it.
don't want to get used to it. That's your right, I guess. Yeah, that's your opinion, and you're
I'm sticking to it.
entitled to that. You're entitled to that. So, but for me, that was my biggest problem. And then I played a bunch of it with friends and stuff, and I got used to it, and yeah.
See,
But
you're the type, you will play a shit game with friends and still have fun. I play a shit game with friends. I'm like, I'm playing a shit game. I'm playing a shit game. I can't get past the I'm playing a shit game.
yeah, I don't know. I like playing with friends. So
Oh, I do too. It's just I would rather play a good game with friends.
yeah, I don't know. I would, yes, but like real morale, I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Still got a long way to go.
Yeah,
it's to be good. It's improving, I would say. I fired it up today, thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna play solo," and then I immediately was like, "No, I don't want to. I don't want to play this solo." Like literally, I was like, "No, I'm gonna do something else," because I don't. I don't know. I don't. It's not a game I think I would be good playing 1v1 solo, or playing solo with. This is definitely something I would only play duos or squads with, because of the issues I have with it. I just never felt like I really was. I still kind of don't feel like I'm good at it. Versus like Fortnite, where I've won solo matches before. I feel like I'm decent at. I definitely feel like I can. You know, maybe not now because there's all kinds of craziness. But if there was that classic mode again, I could play through that and feel like, yes, I could win a match. But with Realm Royale, I don't feel confident enough, in the abilities, because there's just for me it just doesn't feel, it feels slightly off. But
yeah.
Maybe that's just more practice. I don't know, but yeah, I was playing that last night though, so I don't know if playing more of that. I kind of want to get back into Blackout. I've been thinking about that lately. Because apparently that's had some changes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's a good thing you want to get back into Blackout.
Yeah.
That's a segue for the news.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I was trying to think whether I had anything else to talk about though. I don't. But yeah, the starting today, we're recording on the 17th. There's gonna be a free week trial of Blackout on all platforms. All platforms that
Excellent.
it's on. So PC, PlayStation, Xbox.
How long is this free trial?
1 week till the 24th.
Cool.
So
I will definitely put in some PC play.
I'm debating on that. Yeah, I'm debating on maybe firing that up and trying, but I'll definitely.
I mean, why else? I mean, it's free right now. Why not?
True, that's true, but I don't know. I don't want to put too much time. If I'm feel like I'm gonna get back into it, I don't want to put too much time and effort on a version that I'm not gonna really be playing much of.
Mm.
You know, unlocking stuff or a version that I'm not gonna, consistently be playing.
Whoa.
Like I don't even know what.
You went all robot-y and your camera froze.
Oh, yeah, you kind of are too. We're having some Discord issues.
I'm going to restart the Discord call. Hold on.
Oh,
Connecting. Connecting.
there we go.
I can see you now, and I can hear you better.
I ended it on my end and then reconnected because it said down, where it says video connected. It was like red.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, there's a podcast I listen to, and they use Discord, and sometimes they have some of the same issues that we do, and sometimes just restarting the Discord call helps.
Yeah, which I guess both people have to end it.
It's kind of like you stay in the call,
Yeah.
even when one person ends it. At least the way that we do it. So, anywho, yeah, like I can see what you mean by putting too much time into a version you might not play more than just this.
Yeah, I'm looking at the black market tiers right now. The first tier is a skin is 0 specialist.
Well, that just unlocks 0.
Yeah. Number 2 is a pink mustache or pink, like it's a black mustache, but there's like pink outline. It's a reticle where
That
they like
sounds awful.
it curls at the end.
That sounds like an awful reticle.
I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Oh,
funny enough, it's named Steve. I don't know why, but
I've not played Call of Duty. I've played it once since like 0 came out. But like the new like annual like the season pass stuff. Now it like when you get into a match, there's a little icon next to everybody who doesn't have the season pass. And from what people can tell, like 90% of people don't have the season pass.
oh wow, yeah. It might just be a. Can you buy the content piecemeal?
I don't know. I've not even looked into the season pass stuff.
Yeah.
And but like this season pass, like the maps and stuff, like aren't even in the rotation.
Really?
So like
Huh.
they're only in like one specific um custom in one playlist, should say, and they're only those maps, or in custom games. That's it.
Huh.
So like they're not even in like normal
Ah,
rotation.
that's funny. Tier 28 is is rock from rock paper scissors. 29 is paper, and um 30 is scissors. And you actually pull out, a rock. You do the but then you pull
Oh,
out a
the
rock,
it's an
or
it's
you
an
pull out
it's an emote.
yeah, where you pull out a piece of paper, or you pull out but you do the motion. It's kind of funny. It's nice that they group it up like that, one after the other. I'm just looking through the stuff right now. It's still kind of Christmassy, some Christmas themed stuff. Just ends in 39 days. Well, I should say there's a couple Christmas stuff, like Santa's secret lethal melee weapon. It's like, it looks like an axe that's like wrapped with gift wrap and a bow.
Yeah, I should get back into it. I really should. There's a lot of games I should get back into, but then I see a new shiny.
Yeah, apparently they made a lot of changes. Like you can repair armor now. That's kind of interesting, and stuff like. And I'm wondering what all other changes they made. I need to maybe look or just play through, I guess, or, and
From
it.
what I can tell from the subreddit that I've seen like clips of, there is a feature where if you're coming up against somebody else, you can unload an entire clip into that person and they don't die and they kill you. So
That
that's a cool feature.
that doesn't sound good. Um. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. Some of the stuff on here. Not a lot of stuff that's really like jumping out at
Al-
me, but
Also, it seems like the play of the match stuff that happens at the end has gotten worse at
oh,
picking
for
what was.
regular
Yeah,
multiplayer, yeah.
yeah, has gotten absolutely worse. Like there was one I saw, the clip was an AFK player.
Oh, that's just bad. Yeah.
It's like, oh, that just sounds awful.
Oh, there's a cool. You like? What's the character you like? Battery.
Battery.
Was it tier 98? There's a really cool like suit of armor for her. It's kind of weird to explain, but it looks pretty cool. You'd probably like it. But anyways, yeah,
I'll probably play some this weekend, as well as
yeah.
Realm Royale.
I definitely been thinking I want to jump back into that now that Destiny is kind of winding down for me because there's less and less content. There's not as much stuff to play. Like I'll run through I'll run through the raid and stuff like that, but I'm still not getting the one gun I want. It's like there's only one thing I want, and I run through the raid 3 times. With each character once. So that's 3 times a week, and it's like nope, still don't get it. Kind of disappointing, but so I'm kind of like, maybe I'll start playing other stuff. So that's
Here's a
the
here's
only
a,
news.
here's a post on Reddit saying, "Feels like my gun is shooting marshmallows."
That's no good. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's the only news I had.
I linked you a clip
Oh,
a good one that I saw earlier today. For our audio listeners, and really even for our video listeners, I'm not even showing on video. It's of two teams. One team is on two quad bikes running around, and one guy shoots one of the guys off the quad bike. He dies. The other teammate runs over that guy's teammate, and then the last guy standing unloads what seems like an entire clip into the other guy on the quad bike. He lives and runs over the guy.
Yeah.
Which it's quite clear, like, no matter how much armor, that guy should have died.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's all the news I had, was just, there I didn't really find that much news.
Okay.
But free trial, if anyone, until the 24th. So
I will definitely play some Blackout on PC. There's no doubt about that. Okay, on to my news, I guess. Somebody did some digging in the Switch and found some hints, I guess. It's some pretty clear hints on some games that are coming to the Switch, and possibly some 2 extra of the mini the classics. And one of them is one that I would totally buy. Somebody found hints of there might be a N64 and a GameCube classic console. And they found this because, like, the code that they use in the classic consoles is the same type of code that is used in the Switch for when you play, like, the for the SNES games, or for the NES games, I should say. That you can, if you have Nintendo Online, you just get a bunch of games, kind of like Game Pass or PlayStation Plus. Well, the Switch has their own of classic games. And they found that there is evidence of SNES games, which has not been released yet, as well as what possibly could be N64 and maybe GameCube. Or people are saying N64 or GameCube. I'm thinking maybe Game Boy.
Because GameCube, are there that many GameCube? The GameCube, I can't think of that many, like, iconic GameCube games.
Animal Cross, Super Smash Bros. Melee. That's it. That's all
Mario Sunshine, people didn't really like too much.
No.
I remember, like,
I can't think of, like,
games were garbage.
Overly popular. No, like, those were definitely not popular.
Especially the third-person action adventure type.
Yeah.
Man, I was upset when
Double Dash was on the GameCube, right? That one would be on there. I'm pretty sure it was Double Dash. Talking about Mario Kart Double Dash for those who didn't know.
N64 though, with, like, man, could be some. But
actually, when I was looking for images to put on this, like, there's if you're watching the video, I have a little fake N64 Classic Edition, and on the front is like, yeah, these games will definitely be on it. Super Mario 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64, F-Zero X, Super Smash Brothers. Those will totally be on there.
What other games would you want on yours if you could choose?
One, but I don't see it happening, and that's GoldenEye.
Okay.
And I don't see GoldenEye happening because of licensing.
Yeah. For me, yeah, I could see the same, but I want Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap, maybe?
God, I want Pokemon. Oh, that was such a good game.
Quest 64, maybe? That was a good game.
Probably not the Banjo-Kazooies because
those are Microsoft now.
Microsoft stuff now. Yeah.
Yeah, you won't find any rare. Quest might be rare. Now I think about it. I don't think it is. Quest 64. No, it's not. It's THQ. Okay, in Konami.
In the Pokemon Stadium.
Maybe Pokemon Stadium.
I'd rather see Snap than Stadium. You had to choose one.
Yeah, I would too.
Because I mean, Pokemon Snap was that was a good game. I really enjoyed that.
I've heard a lot of people talk about Blast Core. I never played it myself, but that's a name I know. Paper Mario. Maybe Bomberman. Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, Star Fox 64.
Yeah,
that was like the best Star Fox.
That was the best Star Fox.
Sadly, they have not made a better Star Fox.
Kirby, maybe.
I'm looking at a list. Yeah,
I am too. I'm trying to think of like what could they use and not license a whole lot of. Excite Bike. That would be one. Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, Mario Party, of course, maybe.
Maybe that one's a maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jet Force Gemini. Okay, nope, that's rare. Never mind. And that's on their rare rewind.
There's a Doom 64? Wow.
There was a Doom 64.
Wow. I did not know that.
I don't think you'd see pod racing on there, unfortunately.
Maybe the Turok? I don't know. I never really liked Turok, but I know people did.
I didn't either, but I can see it happening. Rogue Squadron and pod racing, I'm not sure whether they would try to get the licenses for them.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I tell you what they should do, because I'm looking at like the top N64 games. Resident Evil 2, because with the new one coming out, now's a good time to release the original.
I mean, does it really matter? Because these things will be cracked and hacked, and you'd be able to load all your anything you want on it anyways, just like the NES and SNES classics, right?
Yeah. I like this list. It breaks it out into genres, and it's like the top first person shooters of the N64: Duke Nukem, GoldenEye, which GoldenEye should be the fucking top. Perfect Dark, Turok. Last on the list, Pokemon Snap.
God, Pokemon Snap was so good.
That kind of was a first-person shooter, wasn't it?
Like, kinda, I guess, but...
Oh my god. I totally forgot about this thing. Glover. Do you remember Glover?
Sounds familiar. I'm looking it up.
You're a fucking glove.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I'm looking at it. Yeah, I remember that. It was, yeah. Wow, yeah. I'm looking at screenshots now.
Wave Race. That what? Oh, I can I can still hear that. Hear the song of, the Wave Race. I can hear the.
I never played it. I wasn't.
I played a lot of Wave Race.
I wasn't too big into N64 as much. I played it and then I ended up getting a PlayStation, and I played a lot of PlayStation, and then PlayStation 2.
Mario Golf, definitely. And Mario Tennis, because those were the first of those Mario sports games. They were great. Tony Hawk, that was what I've heard is the worst version of Tony Hawk, was on the N64.
I don't know. I played it on PlayStation.
I played it on PlayStation as well.
I imagine it would not be good on.
I believe it was censored. Like, it's like some of the music was censored.
Okay, I'm thinking what would be censored? I guess. I mean, I don't remember.
It didn't get crazy until like the later Tony Hawks, with like,
Underground.
Not quite topless women, but yeah, like Underground and stuff like that.
Underground, where they had like Bam Margera and stuff like that in it. But yeah, the first Tony Hawk, the Tony Hawk 1 through like 4. Oh man, those were so good. Those were good games. I'd like to see them like remaster those games. They did the first.
They tried, and it wasn't a success.
Yeah, but how much effort did they really put into that though? Like, all you really have to do is like just make them prettier. You don't really have to do too much else, because I think those games still hold up with what they were, but I don't know.
See, I'm looking at like games like GameCube games that they could do. Like we mentioned Animal Crossing. Continue like F-Zero GX. Super Smash Brothers Melee. Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion would definitely have to be on it. That I think is more revered than Mario Sunshine.
Mario Kart Double Dash. Yeah. Wind Waker. Maybe Wind Waker.
Wasn't the game? Wait, was it the GameCube version was the best Resident Evil 4? Or am I wrong? I've heard that. I think.
I don't know about that, but wasn't there a Resident Evil game that was only released on the GameCube? Like Resident Evil Zeros or something like that?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe Pikmin. Yeah.
Pikmin, maybe, yeah. Metroid Prime.
Yeah, Resident Evil 0 was released in 2002 on the GameCube. Yeah. But 2. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know too much about GameCube games. I really
No, I didn't get a game. Well, I didn't get a GameCube. My sister's got a GameCube, and that was like much later, like well until like the Wii was out by then.
wasn't that late for me, but yeah, I had a GameCube and I never really played it because I had the PlayStation 2. You know, the PS2 was the console. You know, I never had an original Xbox, so but yeah, the PS2 was amazing. So, but yeah, I wouldn't think the GameCube. I would think maybe the other one would. Yeah, man, could you
I'm thinking
imagine like a Game
a
Boy?
Game
Like,
Boy.
would it be Would it be portable?
Ah, see, it would kind of have to be.
Could they make
But
something priced accordingly that, like, with a screen and?
I mean, they've got a Switch. I mean, would they want to release another portable system?
I'd be all for it.
It depends on what games are on it.
Would it be Game Boy Color, Game Boy?
I'd say GBA. I say that.
And GBA and before.
And before, yeah.
Yeah, because there's some good Zelda games on the Game Boy.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I can definitely see an N64 GameCube. Don't know what would be included.
You couldn't have a Game Boy one without Pokemon.
No,
you just couldn't. That would be.
And of course, it'd be yellow. Yellow would be the one they release.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because yellow has all 150.
I guess, yeah. Or maybe they have blue and red.
I can't see them doing that. Because then you'd have to work how to trade.
That's true. I don't know. It'd be weird to release. See that I don't know. It'd be weird to release yellow when they have released kind of a yellow.
They
already.
Just release yellow.
Like, you know,
and a much better version of yellow. Well, almost a better version of yellow. Let's put it that way. There's a reason I haven't picked it up yet.
Yeah.
Okay, we've actually been talking about this a lot longer than I thought we would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be totally interested in N64 Classic. Like the reason I didn't pick up a SNES Classic was because like there was a bunch of games I didn't really care for on there. Like there were, I think there would be more games that would be on the N64 that I would care about. So.
And the fact that you'd be able to, hack it, and someone will figure out a way to hack it and load other stuff would definitely be a plus.
Yeah.
Even if the games you want to play aren't on there, like GoldenEye.
Right, I've got GoldenEye Source for that.
What else you got?
See, what's next on my list? Oh, okay. Speaking of Game Pass-ish. Well, okay, let's talk about the Game Pass. The Game Pass has come out with some new games this month, and they're pretty darn good. Like, they're really good games that are coming out on it. You got We Happy Few, which I still need to play version 1.0.
I do as well, yeah.
I've not played it since like we initially got into the alpha. Like it's been forever since I've played We Happy Few.
I held off because I kept hearing people say, "Well, it's not all that great right now," because
and I've heard it's good, but it's not perfect now. I mean, with the actual story on it now. Yeah, I've definitely heard there are some problems, but I'm okay with that. And then another game is Shadows of Mordor, or Shadow of Mordor. Fantastic game. Fantastic game. I believe there was even a Games with Gold game too. So
might be.
They really wanted you, like, not like this was like maybe a year ago. Like it was Games with Gold.
I think when the second one came out,
I think it was around the time the second one did. Yeah. So they really want you to play that game, which I do too. That's a good game.
Yeah.
And then Saints Row the Third, which is a great game. It's no Saints Row 2, but it's still a pretty good Saints Row game. Saints Row 2, I think, is the best Saints Row game, because it was still silly, but not over the top silly. That kind of became its, what Saints Row was about. And Saints Row the Third was actually when it started being over the top.
Was it the third where you were superhero stuff?
No, that was 4.
Okay.
No, this actually leads up to that.
Because the 4 seemed like silly, but it still seemed like it was pretty fun. I never played it.
Yeah, it was.
I watched people play it.
I did enjoy Saints Row the Third, I think, more than 4. So, because 4, I'm playing, Crackdown. That's what they became.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Then the get out of hell where you're dead, and yeah.
Well, spoiler: Gat died in 4, so you're essentially getting Gat out of hell.
Yeah. Was it 4? Was it 4 that also had like Matrix like kind of stuff?
That's why you had superpowers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was I never played it, but I watched some.
And there is a mission in Saints Row the Third that you can tell where Saints Row 4 came from. It came from that one mission in Saints Row the Third. So, but I definitely recommend playing Saints Row the Third. It is good.
Yeah, they're adding a lot of good games to Game Pass.
They're making it worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of good stuff on Game Pass right now.
There's too much. Too much.
And, we talked about their program last week on, getting points, towards Xbox credit for playing stuff, which is kind of cool because, it kind of suggests, hey, maybe you should try these games out, because there is so much that it's kind of like, oh my god, it's a little overwhelming. There's so much to play on here.
Yeah. And my last bit of news it's Bethesda news. It's about Fallout 76. This makes me fucking laugh. It really does. Like in all Bethesda open world games, there is a place in the world that players aren't necessarily supposed to go to, called the developer's room. And it's got every single item in the game. It's got everything in the game.
Why?
Basically used for testing purposes. It is.
Why would that be in the actual game though? Like,
well, usually they just players aren't supposed to get here, so we'll keep it in here. That way we don't have to add it back in when we're trying to fix bugs.
I guess, but
This
like, have you
this
looked at
this isn't
gamers
is
lately?
it's
Like,
an easy way to, oh, this weapon is causing a bunch of bugs. Let's just go get it out of the room and play with it, see if the bug is fixed. Well, there's still a developer room in Fallout 76, and players have gotten to it, and they've
of
taken stuff
course,
out of it and
of
using
course.
duplicating bugs. And because you can trade stuff and sell stuff even on fucking eBay. There, if you look on Fallout 76 on eBay, there's shit being sold on eBay.
Oh wow.
Like, here's like the best gun in the game, $10. And these people are using duplication bugs to sell a bunch of them and making a mint.
Yeah, that's where things get really kind of because I in Fallout games previous, I would use duplication glitches and stuff, and I wouldn't feel bad because you know
No, and they didn't really care.
I'm not hurting anybody. I paid for the game. You know, I want to use this duplication glitch so I can get power cores, so I can use the power armor as much as I want and stuff, stuff like that. But that you kind of can't do that without like affecting other people in
Right,
76.
and Bethesda is cracking down on this, and they apparently have logs on who's been in the developer rooms, and they're banning anybody who's been in it. Here's where it gets funny. Here's where it gets hilarious. When you're banned, you're sent this email. I'm going to read this email. Greetings. We would like to reach out to you concerning this Fallout 76 account. Our records indicate that a character or characters on this account appear to have appear to be in a corrupted or unusual state at this time. This form of character corruption is typically seen after the character has visited an area within the game which isn't typically accessible via normal gameplay. Blah blah blah, skip a bit. If any of the characters on this account have possibly visited one of these locations, please describe the way it was accessed in a reply to this email. That detail should provide the information necessary for us to correct any corruption issues on the side and safely release this account and return these characters back into the world.
Okay, so they're kind of they're banning them, but they're saying, "Tell us how you did it, and we'll let you back in."
We can't figure out how you got here. Tell us how you got here, and we'll
That's
give you back your
clever.
account.
That's kind of clever.
They're holding them hostage. They're holding your characters hostage and saying, "How did you get here? How did you get here? We're not able. You shouldn't be able to. We're not smart enough to create what you just did."
Yeah, that's which I mean, really and truly,
it's dumb. It is
do a YouTube
dumb.
search, because there are YouTubers out there who their sole purpose is to glitch games and stuff like that. I've watched some, like, and I know that's all they do is they find glitches and they show you how to do them. And
it's just hilarious that they're saying, "How did you do this?" and we'll give you your account back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
I think it's absolutely hilarious, and
it's funny, but it's kind of clever as well. Like, good on them for thinking of that to help improve the game, and still, not perma-banning people.
Fallout 76 is a lost cause. It really is. At this point in time, it is.
I hope not. I really want to go play it eventually.
Fallout 76 is not the game that you hoped it was.
No.
And it never will be.
I just wanted Fallout I could play with co-op with. Like, I didn't need all this, like...
It's not going to be... It's going to... Maybe Fallout 5. Maybe Fallout 5.
Yeah, I just wanted a Fallout game where it was like, oh, you can play up to 4 friends. Okay, so I'm sold. And that's it. No, oh, you play with up to 4 friends, and then there's like 20 other people in the world in your instance as well. No, I don't need that. I just want
Yeah,
Fallout with 3 other people.
Fallout 5, I can see being exactly what you want it to be.
Yeah, that's all I ever wanted from Fallout. Because Fallout is so massive and such a big game that I'm like, I get to points where I'm like, I really wish I could play with friends right now because it'd keep my attention, you know.
But I can also see a problem in they would have to limit what kind of makes the Bethesda games you work. I don't know why people keep playing the Bethesda games, which is one, you kind of need users to actually fix the Bethesda games. So you'd have to have mods, and you would have to, and what a lot of people like to do in Bethesda games is fucking cheat. And when you're in a single player game, that's okay. Nobody gets hurt like that. But when you make it online and you make it to where here's where they would have to limit it. You can go to other people's worlds, but you can't take anything back. That you'd have to be that way, because otherwise you get the problems you're getting with Fallout 76. You're going to have, people cheating and, doing stuff, maybe even corrupting your character. And now if you're able to transfer stuff back into your world, you're going to get corrupted. You're going to have corrupted save. That's going to it's going to be a hell of a time for Bethesda support, which we know for a fact they don't know how to fix their damn games. So the only way you can have multiplayer is if you cannot take stuff back.
Yeah,
that's it.
See, I'm surprised people haven't I'm surprised the Better Business Bureau hasn't gotten on Bethesda for this kind of stuff. No. I almost put that last week as a topic, the Epic thing, but then I was like, no, this is kind of stupid.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
The Better Business Bureau gave Epic Games a F rating.
Oh, really?
Because of customer service stuff. I guess, they're, I don't know. And Epic Games was like, well, they should come to us instead of you if they have complaints. And it's like, the Better Business Bureau is kind of a joke. It's not government, sanctioned or anything like that. It's just...
Yeah. It's kind of for online services. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's... yeah, hopefully Fallout 5 is Fallout with co-op. That's all they needed to do. They tried. Well, I don't know.
We'll see in, I say, 4 years what Starfield is like, and then 5 years after that we'll get Elder Scrolls 6, and then maybe 4 years after that we'll get Fallout 5. So you're gonna have some time to wait.
I'm kind of... I don't know.
And the reason I'm giving so much time between them is because they need to build They need to build a new fucking engine.
Yeah, but then again,
a new fucking engine.
We've got the Obsidian game, right, coming out.
Right.
So that's...
And they're gonna show Bethesda how it should be done.
That's gonna be the Fallout game. Yeah.
There you go.
It looks like Fallout. That's the crazy thing about it.
It's your next Fallout game and your next Borderlands games, because you're probably not going to get
God.
another Borderlands game, and it might be you're gonna have a long wait for a Fallout game.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. We'll get another Borderlands game. I'm pretty sure on that.
We'll see what happens with Gearbox and the next. We'll see what happens with them this year.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's all you had?
That's all I have. Yeah.
Alrighty. I guess we can wrap it up. Be sure to check out the website, thegeeksftw.com. There's links to everything. Twitter, Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, all that stuff. Follow us on Twitter at the GeeksFTW. I am at Geeky William and Stuart is at Casual Terror. And that's
switching up this time.
That's the best way to get a hold of us, or to keep in touch with or keep updated with all of the stuff, because we tweet whenever we go live and stuff like that out. And I with this, I retweeted as soon as the show started. I was like on my phone, like retweet. Okay. So be sure to do that, and I guess that's it, and we'll see you next time.
See ya. This stream deck is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Because I totally set it up to not only switch to the post-show page scene on OBS, but also hit the stop button on the record.
Oh, that's cool.
Same way with when we go live. One button starts recording, and like it waits like 4 seconds, and then it switches to the show page, show scene. So
yeah, that whole Gearbox thing though, the more, I don't know, you heard the Giant Bomb talk about it?
Yeah, and
it was very weird.
Yeah, I know we're still streaming. This is just the after show. We don't record this. We just, this is where we just sit and shoot the shit after the show. Yeah, I heard the Giant Bomb thing, and I knew about the medieval times thing, but I didn't hear Randy's explanation on what the porn was. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Absolutely hilarious.
Kind of weird. Like, you should have just been like, yeah, it's porn, it's legal though, and it was only one video.
Yeah, I didn't really like when I realized, like, it was a USB drive found at a medieval times. I'm like, something tells me it's not actually child porn or underage porn.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't believe that.
Underage collection. That's what the guy said. The guy who's countersuing them or what? And it's one video, and it's legal.
Well, yeah, but it's the parties part of it, that was like, that one maybe can't really say anything to that one.
That, who knows? Like, yeah, that's some weird stuff. But yeah,
that one.
His explanation on the video and why, that's
it's
just
magic.
Weird.
It's like, yeah, you're right. It is magic.
I don't know. That's some weird stuff.
Absolutely hilarious.
But I don't know.
And the fact that all of Gearbox saw that video, because 100% was passed around.
Oh yeah,
and nobody threw a flag then. It was not underage.
Yeah, that's just weird stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just someone who's took it personal because, who.
It sounds like two people having a big, massive public fallout with each other.
Yeah. Well, the other guy was in the wrong because, what he was supposed to pay back, you know, Gearbox for, stuff. And then he was also charging stuff to vacations and stuff to their account and stuff. So was it student loans he was supposed to pay back even too? I think they had said.
I don't remember what they said, what he needed it for.
I think that was one of the things was he was paying back, like, student loans or something. I don't know, but it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. But I I think Borderlands is too big of a franchise, and it's people are anticipating it so much that we're gonna see it one way or another. Whether or not it'll be, amazing, great, or it'll end up the next Duke Nukem Forever. I don't know.
So 10 years for Borderlands 5 or 4?
3.
I thought it was Borderlands. I thought Borderlands 3 did.
They had 1,
No,
2, and the pre-sequel.
I'm confusing it with the pre-sequel.
Which the pre-sequel was kind of like, why even do the pre-sequel? Why just, no, you should have just gone to 3. We could have had 3 by now if you would have, like,
Also,
and
pre-sequel's a dumb
Battleborn.
name.
Well, yeah, well, that was the point. It was supposed to be.
I mean, Borderlands 1.5. That's a better name.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know. It's dumb, but it was supposed to be dumb on purpose. But
yeah, I get what they were doing.
But yeah, it's that and Battleborn. They spent so much time on Battleborn, and
yeah, that's
Overwatch just ate its lunch.
Yeah.
Like, it's.
Well, Battleborn was just a straight up MOBA, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was.
But it was still kind of competing with the same kind of.
It had the same kind of look, a little bit, and it came out at the same time.
And there was still shooting and stuff in Battleborn. Like there was, yeah.
Yeah, I'm more. What was the name of that game? Monday Night Combat. That's more like what Battleborn was.
That was Zabari's jam.
Or Smite. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's God. Back then I don't know if anyone knew Overwatch would be as big as it became.
No.
I don't know if anyone could have predicted that. Like, oh, it's Overwatch, it's kind of fun, and then oh my god, it's just Blizzard's moneymaker.
Yeah, that kind of became the saving grace of Blizzard.
They still need to make, like, I don't know, animated movie or an animated show or something.
I've been saying that for years, that they need to do something, not give it to somebody else.
And what was the latest? One of the latest news was like Soldier 76 is gay, right?
Yeah.
I saw that and I'm like, why does that have to be a thing? Who cares about his orientation? Why does that have to be a thing?
Well, and from what I haven't seen the video, but from what I can tell, it's even less it's even less obvious than Tracer. Because Tracer, that was kind of obvious with that one. Like, Soldier 76, that could be confused with he's a good friend.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
from
like,
what I've heard.
I'm just thinking we're getting a little too crazy with trying to be LGBTQ MARPT friendly. I've lost
Z,
track. I've
yeah.
I've lost track, but because you're starting to
It
see all this stuff pop up in TV shows and stuff. Like I'm seeing it in the Flash. Oh, the Flash has to go with there's these characters, and no,
it's
this character's
fine if
transsexual,
like
and this character. Like,
I don't have a problem with the character is a certain way, but like don't make it in your face.
yeah,
Like,
like
and
don't.
I even do have a problem of the in your face stuff with heterosexual stuff too. I don't like that either. Like if it's in your face the same way that you know a lot of gay things are, like don't just it could just be a thing. Make it just a thing.
Yeah, like oh shit just happened. The character just happened. Like yeah, it just
Like
happens to be.
oh, this dude just kissed this dude, and you're waiting for the soundtrack of woo in the background. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, whenever I see stories like, "Oh, the Flash announced they have a transsexual or one of those shows," I remember seeing a news story like, "Oh, they have a transsexual character." Ooh, and I'm thinking, who cares if the like, okay, well, I don't make a big deal about it, like
yeah, just don't make a big deal about it.
because that's just it's just it's you're supposed to we're supposed to be equal. It's supposed to be equality. Why are you making such a big deal of it? Like it gets to a point where it's like you're making such a big deal about it that's kind of still making it seem like it's not equal, you know.
Well, I mean, feminism is not actually equal rights. It's females are better.
Oh god,
That's
yeah. Yeah, oh man. We can get on that. We can
that's
get on that
exactly
topic.
what that is. Like
We
you're just sexist. That's just plain and simple. Feminism equals sexism.
pretty much. Yeah.
It's an ist. That means somebody thinks something is superior. Ist. To all ists are.
And there's one of the YouTube comic book channels, like his wife is on his channel, and she is one of those, and it's kind of infuriating sometimes because she's like, oh yeah, like whenever they make top whatever lists, she's like, oh, I always have to have a female this or female, and it's like, well, okay, you don't know, not really. If they're good stories, then yes, but just because they're stories involving female characters doesn't necessarily mean they have to be on the top list, because they like it's just it's baffling. It really is. But
Yes.
I'm so glad you said
Oh,
that, because I've been thinking about that's been my train of thought on the whole feminism thing forever.
yes,
And
it is. You good
you know,
God forbid you can't tell them that.
don't get me wrong. I was gung ho on, yeah, let's have a female doctor in Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Why
I've
not?
actually started
Let's
watching
try it out.
Doctor Who again. I was actually watching it before.
Which episode you get to?
The cutest little alien I've ever seen.
Oh, the in the medical spaceship.
Yeah.
Doesn't that have like a Nibbler feel to it? Like Nibbler from
Yes.
Futurama?
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
And the CG was so weird. It just looked weird.
Yeah. Although
That's,
I think I take that back. Nothing beats. Oh shit! What were they called? Asbos.
oh god, you mean the cosmetic company that had the little
Yeah,
things that
I
did they eat the
I
fat,
wanted
or
one of
they
those.
ugh, that episode grossed me out.
I I wanted one of those little things with like a Stretch Armstrong type thing, like rubber and stretch. I wanted one of those. I wish.
Yeah, I can't that's one episode I don't go back to because that episode just grosses me out. Yeah, but I still need to watch the last two episodes plus the special Doctor Who,
Yeah.
because What have you thought of the episodes you've watched so far? Kind of rough.
They're good. Yeah. Yeah.
a lot of guns are bad. Don't use guns. Guns are bad.
Especially that not Trump episode.
Oh God, yeah. Where it's like, no, you should use a gun. It's killing people.
It's a fucking giant spider. Shoot it.
That's been killing people. Who cares if who cares if it's our pollution that turned it? It's still a giant spider that's killing people.
Oh look, it's having trouble breathing. It's so big. Put it out of its misery. It was gonna die anyway.
Exactly. Like, I just, oh, it's like you could turn an episode, you turn something about giant spiders killing people into, like, oh, it's a political stance on pollution is bad, and you shouldn't use guns. Guns are bad. Like, no, don't do that. And people, like, the
And rich people don't care about anything.
yeah, and like I was telling you, the TARDIS blend, they were saying, yeah, Doctor Who has always been political, but not this political. Like, that's my stance. They say people need to chill out because Doctor Who's always been political, but I don't ever remember Doctor Who being this
Yeah.
political.
No, it is definitely in your face.
Like, it's almost the talking about the feminism stuff. It's almost that level.
It is
like,
on that level. Yeah.
Like,
It is the
God.
in your face.
Like, it's one thing to have a great episode and it just happens to be pollution, but when you're like, I don't know, like, it's
Well, okay. Here's a good example. Gridlock. Great episode. Dealt with pollution. You remember that episode? It was a 10 episode where it was just a bunch of cars were just stuck in actual gridlock, and people lived in the gridlock. You remember that?
10th Doctor.
Uh-huh. And they
which companion?
I don't remember. I want to say Rose.
Oh, so might remember it. I've been thinking about going back and watching.
No, I'm sorry. It was Martha.
Martha, okay. Yeah.
It was the third episode.
Third episode with Martha. I don't remember it. Oh.
Here, if I send you that Google search link.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a good episode. That was a good episode.
Pollution. That was a pollution episode.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They were stuck in traffic. That's what. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Great gridlock. Stuck in traffic. Gridlock.
I've never really heard that used before. Like,
really?
Gridlock. Yeah. Then again, I've never lived anywhere where there's been like traffic problems.
Yeah, I mean, I've not, not to the extent of like, in New York or something like that, but holy fuck. Okay. Last week, I went to the hockey game. I was, okay, at the same time as the hockey game, okay, because they play hockey at the state fair here, at the state fair area.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there was also a gun show and an RV expo going on. I was maybe 200 feet from my entrance. Took me 40 minutes. to get there.
Dang. I've never experienced that ever. Luckily.
It was rough. I missed the first half of the first period.
Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, with that kind of
And
stuff,
there was
you got to get there. You got to go early. You got to go early.
I mean, the game starts at, I think, like 7:30. Like, I was in that traffic at 7. I'm like, I've never had that issue before. There was actually a, probably what didn't help, there was a celebrity there. It was one of the guys from The Office was there.
Okay.
I'm looking up a name.
I never really could get into The Office. I'm like one of the only people. But
no, you're not. I've seen half of the first episode.
It's just, I don't like cringe comedy, and it just seems very cringe comedy.
I'm with you. I don't, and anytime that there's like a cringe type thing coming up, I either change the channel and get past the cringe, or I walk away,
or fast forward through the cringe.
Or fast forward through it.
I do that too. Oh man, oh, we're learning so much today. Like, we are not alone. Wow. Yeah, but I do that
speaking
too.
Speaking of gridlock, that was a line from that episode. You are not alone.
Oh.
Because that was the one where Face Bo died.
Oh yeah. Okay. At the very end, yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about going back and watching through the older New Who episodes again. Just because, I don't know, maybe these last two and the holiday special are great, but, leading up to it, just, I haven't been a big fan, It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like Doctor Who as much as it should.
Yeah, I get that. Lyft will add Segway scooters with swappable batteries. That's not a Segway scooter. That's just a scooter.
I don't know. Into that. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that with cringe stuff.
I can't stand it. I'm like, I can't. Why? I just can't.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Like, I feel so stupid for feeling that way, but
I do too.
Like, ugh. But yeah, I've always been that way. I just can't handle cringe.
Well, I know. No, I'm not alone now.
Exactly. That and our stance on feminism.
Yeah, exactly.
And political statements in television. Hold on.
Oh, I'm gonna go because I'm getting kind of hungry. I haven't eaten yet, so.
Yep. Same. I will catch you later.
Alrighty, see ya.